Hello, how are you? My name is Elis Adelle, and I'm an intuitive tarot reader and astrologer, and I'm here to talk about the week of July 8th through 14th. I've just decided to kind of hop on really quickly and talk a little bit about the astrology and get some messages and guidance for us for the week ahead. I'm outside, so you might hear the birds, you might hear the bats. It's sunset, the sun is starting to go down, so it's a little transition phase here. So I want to first of all thank you for being here and thank the higher selves of all those who are tuning into this message, who have been brought here. If you're here for a reason. So the week of July 8th through 14th, we have Mars approaching Uranus. Mars will be in an exact conjunction to Uranus at 26 degrees of Taurus on July 15th. And this whole week, we are going to be feeling this energy building up as Mars approaches that 26 degree point to meet up with Uranus. So I'm really feeling that this is going to be a week of deep transformation and momentum. I'm feeling a sense of momentum, and I'm feeling a sense that it's kind of like when you're getting to the top of the roller coaster, where you know it's gonna like drop off, but you don't know like what it's gonna be like or what it'll feel like. You have to go through that drop off experience. It's something kind of like that, but even a little bit more mysterious, because in the roller coaster, you know it's gonna drop off. It's kind of like as if we're climbing up this hill, but we don't know if it's gonna go up, down, left, or right. It's like this unknown, unexpected turn that's around the corner that I'm feeling the energy mounting for, and I'm very curious as to what it is that wants to come through today. I was feeling very compelled to pull cards. So what do we need to know? What do all of the souls need to know from this collective of individuals who was drawn to this reading, who are in resonance to this reading? What do they need to hear, and what do we need to know? What do we need to know about the next week? What do we need to know about the next week, please? What do we need to know about July 8th through 14th, please? What do we need to know? What information is wanting to come through? What do we need to know, and what information is coming through? What do we need to know? What information is wanting to come through, please? Enjoy music. Sound healing. Sound healing. Yeah, resonance. Something about earth magic, yeah. So the importance of us being able to ground our energies and attune our energies. Both of these cards are very much about, working very consciously with frequency, with energy, with the subtle realms. In this card, it really literally talks to me about frequency healing, sound therapy, sound baths, solfeggio tones, like all of that type of healing, where we are tapping into a vibrational sound frequency is encompassed with this card. And this card is about nature, rituals, charms, earth magic, right? It's about being in this very, mystical communion with the natural realms and the world. And at the bottom of the deck, take time out, siesta, recharge, rest. Yeah, we are being called to focus on our frequency. In the days leading up to this Mars-Uranus conjunction, I'm seeing this Mars-Uranus conjunction as a potential for like a quantum. Whenever Uranus is involved, we're talking about awakening. We're talking about higher states of consciousness, higher perspectives. We are entering the age of Aquarius, right? As Pluto enters Aquarius, we are stepping into this new threshold, into this new Some people call it 5D, some people call it New Earth, whatever, however it is that you would define it. We are stepping into a higher frequency as a planet, as a whole, as a collective, and as individuals, as human beings. This is happening in our body also. And I'm feeling that this lunar cycle is very powerful for frequency upgrades and shifts, but especially this week leading up to the Mars-Uranus conjunction, which will then be followed by the full moon on the 20th and the 21st, just a few days after. So it's like this intense buildup. And it's important for us to focus on our frequency and focus on our harmonization of our physical bodies and vessels and lives and the way in which we engage with our lives and the natural realms. And to rest also, that includes rest. They're drawing me to the words sound, recharge, and rituals. So this week, pay attention to the sounds that you're listening to, pay attention to the ways in which you're recharging, and pay attention to the rituals that you are doing. Yeah, it's like very simple. Take time to pay attention to the sounds that are around you. Pay attention to pay attention to how much time you are giving yourself to be with the earth, to be with your body, to be with yourself. To really try to avoid multitasking or spending too much time on your screen. Avoid, being in an overstimulated kind of frenetic, ungrounded state. It's very important that we're connected very deeply to our bodies because we are going through a physical change as well as a multidimensional vibrational change. And this is something that is happening to us for over time, but especially in the next week. I'm feeling it's a big week of upgrades. Also playing music, if any of you guys want to play music or do play music, any of you guys that are artists out there or musicians, just take the time to actually play that music. So let's take this and then we'll see what else wants to come through. They're actually directing me to read this Enjoy Music card from the book here. Connect with the healing power of music. Let go of the need to be good or acceptable and sing, dance, and play with music. Look at what inspires you and makes your heart and soul sing. Find yourself through music. Express yourself through music. You might also feel drawn to connect with your community through music. Music is creative. It opens your heart and mind, relaxes you, and allows you to nourish yourself and others. Be inventive. Do not be afraid or embarrassed to try new ways of creating sounds. Reconnect with your musical spirit. You can enjoy creating music, whether you are a beginner or a seasoned professional. Share your songs and sounds with others. Take time each day to relax, listen, and enjoy your favorite music. Yeah, something about the way that music can uplift us also, right? When we listen to a song we really enjoy, when we dance and move our bodies because we feel compelled to or inspired to because of music, there's something that's so powerful in that and that is so nourishing and connects us both to the natural realms and kind of our inherent magic, as well as it's very restful and it's a recharging, rejuvenating kind of thing to dance, to play, to make music, to sing. These are all things that are very important to the human experience. I'm getting called to think about the way that puppies or dogs or cats, they play with each other, right? They play, they have a fun kind of thing. Dolphins also, all kinds of animals have this play, all kinds of mammals. And it's important for us as humans as well. So I want to see now what will support us during this week. one card for what will support us, and one card for what do we need to be aware of that we may not see. What do we need to be aware of that we may not be seeing? One card for what will support us first, and then another card for what is happening that we may not see, that we may not be seeing, or that we may not be aware of, that we need to be aware of. So first card for what will support us during this week, please. Oh, we got two cards, so we'll take it. The One and Eros, interesting. And what do we need to be aware of that we may not see? What do we need to be aware of that we may not see? Thank you. The Warrior and the Forest. The Temple at the bottom of the deck, yeah. You know, Eros, sensuality, right? Presence. Not just sensuality in terms of like intimacy, physical intimacy, but sensuality like enjoying music, like being grounded out in nature, like being in this state, right, where you're resting, you're lounging, you're indulging in the sensual pleasures of being a human. And the One, this is connecting with Source. This is meditating. This is altered states of consciousness that come from really quieting and becoming still. So it's this combination for this week that's coming through very strongly of this high vibrational source energy, but also being very connected to the very humanness of us through sound, through music, through dance, through the earth, being grounded into the earth. And the Forest and the Warrior, things we might not be aware of, things we might not see. Okay, what they're telling me what we might not see is like, this is a portal that we're walking through. This is a very powerful doorway. I've been feeling this intensely since the last since like the days leading up to the last full moon. If you're watching this when I release this, the last full moon that we had in Capricorn, which was on the 20th of June, I've been feeling this probably about the week leading up to that full moon. And knowing that especially the time between these two full moons that are the two full moons in Capricorn, I was getting very intense messages that this was a very important time of the year, that this was a very portal-like transformative type period of the year where a lot of changes would be happening and a lot of transformation, a lot of healing, and a lot of foreshadowing also for things that will be coming up again for us between September 1st and November 11th, when Pluto will be retrograded back to that 29th degree, the anaretic degree of Capricorn. So the sense that I'm getting is it's very important for us to take care of ourselves energetically, because in some way this period of time is connected to that September 1st, November 11th time, which is going to be very important. The other thing we might not be aware of, there's something wanting to come through about like the snake through our throat, the snake through our mouth, the snake in the throat, mouth, and nose area of our body. So the snake being the transformation, the death and rebirth, that renewal energy. This is happening in between our nose and our neck, this kind of throat chakra, higher throat, lower third eye area of the body that is going through some kind of major transformation energetically. That's very interesting. That area has to do with authenticity, right? With being able to bring down the energy, the higher levels of energy that we channel from our higher self, from our spirit, and communicate it effectively, and to live authentically and in alignment with that aspect of self. And the warrior and the forest together, it's like we're entering a battle that we're not perceiving. We're entering a transformation that is imperceptible as of yet. We're entering a new journey, a new journey that's going to have a lot of twists and turns, and that we're not really, we're entering a new journey, but we can't really see where it's actually taking us just yet, because it's precisely because it's going somewhere that's imperceptible to us, because it's in a different state of consciousness, it's in a different form in some way. Clarifying this gem Eros energy, please. Temperance, yeah. So sexual healing also, sexual temperance, using sensuality, presence, and the physical body as a way to balance, to heal, to come into a deeper alignment. I love the temperance card. It's such a beautiful card that speaks to the importance of getting things just right and the pursuit of that just rightness, and kind of like the Goldilocks thing, you know, not too hot, not too cold, like getting to that perfect point where we feel holistically present, balanced, and nourished in our mind, body, and soul. And I'm getting especially that mind body connection, but really it's you know, it's just this holistic balance and just rightness that we are being called to pursue this next week. And it's interesting, the things that we cannot perceive, what is happening that we might not be aware of, they both have rainbows in them. So it's like talking to me about that rainbow body, the light body, the etheric, spiritual, multidimensional, subtle bodies that we all have. This is going to be what's under construction, what's the war, the battle that's happening, the thing that's being, the thing that we are fighting for, the thing that we are earning and fighting for through these daily habits, through this grounding, through this rest, through this play with sound and music and the rituals, and being grounded with the earth and connecting to source through our meditations, through our rituals. That's what we're fighting for, is our continued elevation and continued upgrading of this subtle body. Yeah, upgrading. Is there anything else that wants to come through? Something about paying attention to what's like in the background. Paying attention to what's in the background. So paying attention to, like, literally, are you one of those people who always has like a YouTube video or a podcast or a TV on in the background? Maybe that's something you need to switch off. Are you someone who has a lot of like clutter or chaos in the background of your life because of the physical environment where it's like not organized or clean? Are you someone who, like, in the background there's always these kind of like health issues that you're putting on the back burner? Like that, like, oh, I'll start on Monday type of thing, that's like been that you've been saying it for the last 2 years. Like, whatever it is for you, for everyone it's going to be different. There's something that's been going on in the background of your life that needs to be kind of brought to the foreground, that needs to be pulled forward into your attention and coming into harmonization and balance. And the Forest card is also a card that talks about kind of going into an archetypal energy that is enchanting, but at the same time intimidating, right? The forest can be a place where we have like mystical, magical experiences, but it can also be a place where there are like scary things and it gets dark at night and we can get lost and things can be confusing or hard to navigate. And there's an aspect of that this week that may be hard to grasp or define, because the forest brings forth some darkness, brings forth some mystery, brings forth something that it's like we can't ever know fully what's in the forest, especially like at night, right? It's so there's something that's about our own experience that's a mystery that's being unveiled, or that's in the process of revealing itself to us, that I feel will be revealing itself to us around that July 15th Mars-Uranus conjunction, between the Mars-Uranus conjunction on July 15th and the full moon on July 20th, 21st. And this week is kind of this preparation, mounting up energy to lead to that. So I want to wrap this up for the week. What else will support us during this week, please? High Priestess and Queen of Pentacles. Yes, 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 yes. So this is beautiful balance again, right? The Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess, they are female archetypes that represent two different ends of the spectrum, right? The Queen of Pentacles is very practical and grounded and nurturing and taking care of her responsibilities and making sure that her domestic life is very well organized, making sure that her bills are paid, and making sure that everyone and everything that needs to be taken care of in her life is taken care of, making sure that she's taken care of. She's very grounded and she's like taking care of the things that need to happen. She's making all the things happen. She's making sure that the kids are fed and the bills are paid and that everything is in order. And the High Priestess is really concerned with everything that's almost the opposite of the Queen of Pentacles, that has to do with, the deeper wisdom, the mysteries, the secrets, delving into like duality and how to navigate duality through these mysteries of knowledge and intuition. She's very interested in spirituality and consciousness and how to harness different information and different secrets and different practices that she's been given and taught, how to harness those to push her forward in her trajectory of raising her consciousness, raising her vibration, continuing and evolving her spiritual self ever higher and higher. And with temperance right in the middle, it's this beautiful message. You have to balance. It's like that's what we're moving into. That's what 5D is, quote unquote. I'm saying quote unquote because this is the first time where we as humans, we will have the individuated, individual physical self, the I, very well developed, and the physical reality, the density, the experience of being here, well developed, while at the same time holding these higher level frequencies within our physical body and our physical reality. So it's both and. It's not just one or the other. It's not about,